All right, man, Sean, welcome back to Keller Williams. It's so exciting to have this conversation with you. I looked down this week and I saw an email and I saw Sean Moudry is back at Keller Williams. Now, Sean and I, we were bold coaches together 6-7 years ago. I had no idea you were coming back to KW until it happened. I called my friend Jason Abrams and I said, Jason didn't know you were coming back. It's almost like you came back to Keller Williams, for us at least, like out of thin air. Man, Sean, welcome back to Keller Williams.
Thank you, Cody. Man, it's really good to be back, and thank you guys, everybody, for all the warm welcome back. I couldn't believe it was like a ticker tape parade.
Number one, welcome home to Keller Williams.
Thank you, Cody. Man, it feels great. I got to tell you, my phone, when it hit Facebook yesterday, I could not get off the phone. All the Keller Williams people, I think anybody I ever met at Keller Williams for the past 6 years that I was there called me all at the same time.
I knew a lot of people, but I didn't know I knew this many people. So tell me, you've been around for a long time. You've been around Colorado real estate for a really long time.
Yeah.
Why would you choose to come back to KW today?
Well, I appreciate that question, Cody. And, I got to tell you, so I was with the company for 6 years. I started with Keller Williams in 2009, and a good friend of mine who at the time was the next year was the #1 agent in the nation, Chris Sanders, is who brought me to Keller Williams in 2009. I worked as a team leader from 2009 to middle of 2012.
Well, if I remember right, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
If I remember right, you blew up a market center. Like you went from 50 or 80 people to hundreds, right?
Yeah. We grew. We were growing over 100 agents a year. That growth. Yeah, we were. I think we're number 10. We ended up ranking number 11 in the nation. But it's math.
Yeah, but who's counting? But yeah. The reason I say that though is that you've been around real estate leadership and being a real estate agent. You've done a good job, as good as any that I know, who have always stayed on both sides. Like you've never lost sight of what it feels like to be a realtor, selling and listing homes.
Thank you.
But you've also never left yourself as just selling and listing homes either. So you've always been like, all right, how do I do more or be more or have more? So, but anyway, so you get all these phone calls.
Sharon is, so 2008, right? Or 2009, I joined Keller Williams. I ride it through the recession, and I see what's happening right now in the economy and what's going on. And I'm thinking to myself, how do I position myself to weather this and come out better than I am right now, right? And, my heart, me, man, my heart is leading and coaching and working with agents and collaboration and, working with an agent one-on-one or as a productivity coach or coach. That's where my heart is, as even as a bold coach. And to be honest with you, Brian Smith and Chris Sanders and Lucas Sheridan, reached back out to me, and looking at the environment that I'm looking at, I wanted to get back with my tribe, man. I think that, the culture that we had back that I felt back 6 years ago, that we were kicking butt in the economy and having fun. And I saw that again, and I just saw that spirit again. And I was super excited. I shot Gary a couple emails, and he graciously said, yeah, I'd love to be back in business with you. And so it's just the right fit and the right time.
Oh, I get it. That speaks to me. You've worked hard to be like positioned as and to work towards being like a thought leader. Like you've got a book out that's 16 strategies for sales. Right. I think you're writing another book right now, right?
I am. I'm working on one called The Art of Learning to Love Lead Generation.
Fantastic. Good. I've always wished I could just go somewhere and like plug myself into a box and it would give me that. But apparently I actually have to make peace with it and love it and do it too.
You just need the book.
Yeah. All right, good. I'll wait for the book to come out.
We'll get to that.
So let me ask you this though, like we really haven't like rehearsed this, but you were at KW before and you were building a Keller Williams office and you were a big name in our firm, and you left and kind of went around and did a few different things, and you started a real estate brokerage. And if I remember right, you even started to franchise that, right?
We did. Yeah. We opened up 3 franchises unsuccessfully.
Yeah, so you were outside the walls of KW. You started a firm, started a company, franchised it, opened some. I'm assuming that they didn't make it.
They didn't make it. And yeah, I mean, the funny thing about business, I mean, as an agent and even as a team leader or a brokerage or a franchisee, it looks so easy, but the hardest part isn't the operations in the day-to-day or even managing the people at times. It's the duplication and finding other great leaders and to scale that business. And I just made a mistake at the beginning thinking that I would be able to scale myself, right? And I was the bottleneck of the business. And we, anytime we tried to grow beyond my time, we would get choked up. And yeah, so it was a great experience. I got to tell you, I learned more about leadership. I learned more about myself, what I am capable at, what I'm great at, and what things I just should not be doing.
Right, where I should be, and I think more importantly, like where I shouldn't be, right? Like yeah. Gary always says, when you're saying no to something, you're saying yes to something, and the opposite's true too. But so I say all that to say this though, like, I mean, I'm humbled that you're at our company again, and at the same time, you have your pick. I mean, you've been around long enough to know that. I mean, you like any franchise would have picked up the phone and said, "Gosh, Sean,
yeah.
love to have you here. What do we need to do? We'd love to be in business with you." And so, like, really, like, why come back to a franchise you've already been at? Was it really the relationships? Was it like, what would you say?
Honestly, I think the number one thing, if you were to put one word to it, it'd be the word proactive, right? And coming into the recession, what I'm seeing, I listened to Gary's podcast, and he's being proactive, moving into the industry, moving into to the needs of the agent. I'm super excited to learn about the technology. I got to tell you, I don't know anything about command system. I've heard about it, it's somebody. It seems like the company to me is focusing on positioning itself to be better on the back end of this crisis. And some of the other companies, I think, have their head in the sand, and they're just not. I don't know if they're not taking it seriously, or they're not. Maybe they don't think it's their role to step into that position. And I think that's what was important to me, was being around a group that was proactively positioning themselves to be on the right side of this.
I think that's smart, real smart of you. What's been the funnest? You've had a bunch of phone calls and emails and texts and direct messages and all of that, which is no surprise to me based on who you are and who you are in our industry. What's been the funnest question or funnest comment that you've had from somebody that saw you coming back to KW?
Well, I had about 4 of them call me and ask me if it was April Fool's Day.
Oh, yeah. Like that was a couple weeks ago, man.
Yeah. They said, "Hey, man, you're like 25 days late."
Yeah, they forget what day it is. It's easy to forget what day it is right now.
That's right.
Good. All right. Anything else that I haven't? What should I have asked you that I haven't?
Well, I don't know. I think my goals right now, again, like my passion is really in, so talking about the things you learn about yourself and things you don't. Here's what I learned. I'm an artist. I love to create. I could spend hours and hours and hours creating, doing research, breaking down complex concepts into smaller bite-sized pieces, and being able to lead and coach agents or lead and coach people to apply them to their world, right? And if that's my life experiences or if it's a book I read, right? And so that's my passion, and that's what I'm going to try to bring to Keller Williams on my end, right? That's my commitment to the company, is I'm collaborative and I'm somebody who really wants to share that information. And so, I'm happy to share, man. Whatever experiences I have, I'm a sponge. I want to learn and I want to share.
Good. That's so great. Well, I tell you what, from all of us at Keller Williams in Colorado and across the whole country, across our entire network of franchises and market centers and operators, Sean, we are proud to be back in business with you, and we're humbled. We're humbled that you would choose to be back in business with us. So, man, good luck. I'm excited to see what happens for you next, and welcome home to Keller Williams.
Thank you, Cody. I really appreciate it.